I think that the offer should come with a contract. Like you should be signing something to say, oh, I'm handing over um, my song to you for you to use for social purpose, and this is what I'll be getting out of it. So, outside the monetary value or gain that they've offered you, I also believe that there should be a contract stating, like in explicit terms, what they've offered and what they're going to be using your music for. Like, if there is none, then I think there is a place to start from. But I believe for um a platform like that,
Thank you very much, ma'am. Is there any other person that has an
Sorry,
please.
can I?
Dennis on the call, sorry. Hello, Dennis, are you on the call?
Yeah, I wanted
Yes, I
to
am.
answer.
Yes, I am.
Can you moderate the session, please?
Yeah, all right, no problem. All right, thank you very much. So thank you to our thank you to our professionals. Thank you for helping us out with the first case. Sorry, I don't know how many cases have we run through. Sorry, I have been unable to follow the.
This is the first case. Sorry, this is the first case, and I think that some other people might want to drop in their comments before we move on, please.
All right, so thank you very much. Do we have any other person who would like to contribute or say something about the first case that we had? Do we have any other contributions from our professionals? Okay, thank you. I can see one hand up. I need a date. Your name, please. You can.
All right, my name is Kachi. Sorry, I didn't check if it's my daughter's name showing there. All right, based on the contract, I felt I should talk on the terms of a contract. I wouldn't say if the offer is beautiful enough, because I joined in quite late yet. How do I put it now? The beneficiary had started speaking before I joined, so I don't know if I missed out on some things. However, towards the tail part, and then the contribution of one of us makes me think it's important to also shed light in the area of contract. It's not enough to sign a contract. You need to be careful. Are you signing off your other rights in your future works? You need to pay attention to that. So you need to know the terms of the contract. So if you are signing this contract now, make sure it's limited to perhaps future modes of dissemination of your work. At best, that is what you can give out. Don't go and cage yourself to say, any other song I do in the future, I'm also surrendering the rights to this particular people that are interested in my music of 2023 or 2013. So these are things you need to really look out for. And then if possible, I don't know, depending on your agreement with them, the rights you are giving out, are you limiting it? Is it going to be limited as per se a particular duration, say 20 years, 15 years? Don't forget that copyright. Be mindful of the fact that copyright subsists for your lifetime and at least 70 years after your demise, which means the rights can still be enjoyed by your estate. So you need to pay attention to all this to actually know what you're signing off. Because once you have signed, the court will not help you to say, oh, the terms were not favorable to you, so they are just for you. No. The role of the court is to enforce the contract. Parties are bound. And now it looks like it's an international, I'm not sure if the other party is international. So you have principles like pacta sunt servanda, binding the two parties to now say whatever you have written down as the terms of a contract is what binds you. So it's important beyond the stage. Once you have the contract terms, you still need to consult a lawyer, not just a lawyer, an IP lawyer. Perhaps they might still help you to do it on this platform so that people who are more detailed in IP contract drafting can also look at the terms to be sure it favors you and there is a good balance between the two parties. That'll be all for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Chidera, for that contribution. There's so much insights. Thank you so much. I'm sure our clients has been able to get some form of information that is particularly helpful to your case. Do we still have any other person who wants to contribute on this particular case, or
Yes,
is
please, I
that
would also like to comment.
all right? Thank you, Ma.
If he doesn't mind, can he just share the scenario again?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, just to answer the question that was asked the first time, I got a contract, like they actually sent me the contract, and in the contract it states that I'm actually signing off the rights of the masters to them, and it's not over a limited period of time. It's like literally signing everything up. So, why I asked them, they said it was because I don't think it's copyright. I think the masters. So they said it's because they don't want their audience to get copyright infringement in the future. In case maybe we sign a limited agreement and people always come there to use the song to maybe make a movie or make a content, and maybe they might get copyright infringement if the limited time ends. So that was the issue there. And just to rephrase everything I said again, I got a deal, a contract deal from Atlas. Um, I think that they are PRO. So they said they were going to offer me $1,000 for a song I did in 2013, which is called Thank God. And they're also going to be giving me 50% split from the streaming royalty. So the only split I'm going to be getting is from the streaming royalty, but they're going to be buying off the songs. So I wanted to ask if that is like a very good deal, or if it's something I should be skeptical about.
Okay, thank you very much for the clarification. So there are two things that you shared. One is the contract where you give out your masters, and then the second is the one for the synchronization royalty where they take the song and use it for something, and then they give you 50% royalties. So am I correct?
Yes, like I said, the masters, like the one for the synchronizing is, I think that's for the masters. So they wanted to take the synchronizing rights like full outrightly and only give me a split from streaming royalties like from Spotify, Apple Music, and the rest streaming platforms. But aside from thinking licensing.
Okay. So what I'll say is that I think it would be good for an entertainment lawyer or an IP lawyer to look at the contract. Usually when contracts like that are sent, it's best that you look at it properly, because once you sign your rights away, just as the other speakers have said or the other lawyers have said, you've actually just given it out. So the thing is, in a song, there are several rights in a song. There is the economic right, there is the moral right. Under the economic right, there's the composition and there's the sound recording, which is also the masters. So from what you're saying, they are saying that they will give you from the masters. For you to be able to access the royalty for the publishing and the composing and all, that would be on your part based on whether you sign that you are forfeiting that, or if it will still be there, then you have to be registered to one of the CMOs to be able to get that. For the masters, giving out the masters, you had mentioned that is in perpetuity, meaning that is forever. Are you?
Miss Juliana, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, your network seems to be ceasing. I don't know if it's from my end or your own end.
I think she's audible. She's okay.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So I've forgotten what I was saying. So I was saying that for the masters now, it depends on how you're giving it to them. So are you licensing it to them to use in perpetuity, or you're assigning it to them? Those are two different things. So if you're licensing it to them to use in a moving picture, usually before a song is used in a moving picture, they would have to get the rights from the composer and from the sound recording, the master rights holders. So if you're the owner of both the composition and the sound recording, that's the master rights, then that means they are getting both of the permissions from you. Now, that permission they're getting from you to put it in a moving picture, is it as an assignment, or is it a license? If it's a license you are giving to them in perpetuity, then I can understand when they say they don't want to come back to you for permission. So that means they want to license it from you and put it in whatever they want to put it in and not have to come back to you for permission. But if you are assigning your rights, which is different, that means you're selling the rights to them. That means they are taking it and you cannot use the song again. But if you are licensing it to them, which is a non-exclusive license, because there's an exclusive license and a non-exclusive license. So if you are giving them an exclusive license, that means what you are giving to them, you cannot license that work to another person. If it's a non-exclusive license, if it's a non-exclusive license, that means what you are giving to them, you can also still give it to another person to use for another movie, another person to use. So you have to look at the terms to know whether it's an exclusive license, a non-exclusive license, or is an assignment. You have to check it. If it's an assignment, that is not good, because even people who assigned their rights in the past are trying to buy back their master rights. So I would advise that you check what exactly they are asking for. If you really want the deal and you want to assign it, which I don't think is really good, then there has to be a reversionary clause in it. The money that they are offering, I guess that's an advance that they are offering, which is the 1,000. But they are saying that aside from the 1,000 that is the advance, they would still be giving you from sales or something. That's like to the best of my understanding of what you shared. If there is still more that you need to share to clarify, please share. And if you need to send the contract for some of the lawyers to look at, that is also fine. But please know that everything that we're saying here is basically not legal advice. We're merely just giving academic advice based on our experience. So if you still want to push further, you can reach out specifically to an entertainment lawyer for them to look at the fine prints in the contract. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Sorry, your name.
My name is Alex. So, based on what you
go ahead.
Okay. Based on what you said, yes, they actually wanted the deal exclusive. They were not actually the only person actually. There were there's like two other PROs. So one of them was asking for, I think, limited time. That was for like 5 years interval. So I can actually choose to renew it after 5 years or not. And they are going to be taking 50% of everything that we're going to earn from the licensing. But for the artists, they wanted to have the right exclusively, and they didn't want me to like give it to any other PRO or licensing company. So I think that actually clarifies what you said about the deal not being really good. So yeah, I would also really love to go further to maybe send it to someone to watch or check out the contract and see if there's anything there that can.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr.
Okay, thank
Alexander,
you.
for your
How
further
many
explaining.
contracts do you want to send? Sorry, one or two?
I actually got like 4 different contracts, so I have to choose one of them. So that was the reason why I needed clarification to know which of them is best for me in terms for the long run and my music in general.
Okay, but those 4 contracts asking for permission to use the same song.
Yes, yes, they're all for the
Oh.
same song.
Yeah, so why not just give all of them non-exclusive license? So you get to make from all of them. But when you see like films that we watch and all that, and you see like the same song in like 50 different films, that's because what they're giving is non-exclusive license. So they can earn from everyone. And if it has to be an exclusive license, that means you're giving it to them and you can't give any other person again.
Yes,
So look at it.
before of them, based on what I actually read, I don't know if I really understand. That's why I said I need someone to actually, check in on it. But based on what I understand from what I read, they all want exclusive rights to the song, and artists want exclusive rights like forever, and the rest of the three want it for like a certain duration of time. Like Pink Shark Music wants it for 5 years duration. AWOL wants it for I think 10 years, and some other contracts as well. So I just wanted to know if because I was asking them if they wanted if they would love to take it for in non-exclusive, so maybe I could be able to send it to someone else, but they said no. They all want it exclusively, but the only different thing is one wants it forever and the other wants it for maybe a certain duration of time.
Okay. You need to give those contracts to a lawyer to look at it and advise you properly. Thank you.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Can everyone hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can. I can.
All right. Sorry for that. Yes, I was saying thank you to Mr. Alex and to Miss Juliana for sharing more light to the case. I trust Mr. Alex got some clarification. Please kindly do well to get a lawyer to help you cross-check through the contracts that you received so that you can get proper legal guidance. We'll be moving on to our next case, and our next case is
And sorry, excuse me. I thought I could get a lawyer from
I
here.
think we have Mr. Alvin.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Well,
So I think
definitely you
asking the
can kindly
question.
just
Yes. So after the session, you would receive an email and you would also get like the details of the lawyers that are here and maybe recommendations of some entertainment lawyers. So you can go through the list of the lawyers that were here and decide if there's anyone that you'd like to reach out to. And you can also go through some of the recommendations that we sent to you of entertainment lawyers here in Nigeria. So you can reach out to any of them and see which of them you prefer to have more conversation.
But there are there any entertainment lawyers in the room presently?
Okay. So are the entertainment lawyers here? I am an entertainment lawyer. However, I might be able to look at it, but still on a pro bono basis, but just to look at it and let you know my thoughts. But if you need someone to go with you for negotiations and all, you might need to get another lawyer. So if there is another entertainment lawyer here, please, you can just indicate now.
Miss Juliana, hi, good evening. I spoke earlier. I'm Goodness Green. And from the message sent earlier, I saw that he's resident in River State, and I'm also resident in River State. So I could work with you on looking at, I'm a lawyer. I could work with you on looking and reviewing
I think you're breaking up.
the documents. Then maybe
Sorry,
I and the
you
clients
broke
maybe
up.
could take it off from there, if you don't mind.
I
Okay, I
didn't
said
get
when I
what
look
you.
through the message that was sent.
Sorry, I think her network is breaking, but I think what she's trying to say is that she's also resident in Port Harcourt and she's a lawyer. So she could help you to look
you know
at
what I
it.
No,
Like you can
I'm
have
based in Lagos.
further discussions. But the list of the lawyers here will be sent to you and some other recommendations too. But what we can do is after we finish this, you can send your contracts in through the Gypsy email and we would look at it also. But for a personalized lawyer, based on the list that is sent to you, you can reach out and see which you prefer to work with.
Okay, thank you. But I'm actually based in Lagos, so um, maybe get a lawyer from Lagos.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Thank you so much for that clarification. So please, just for the want of time, we'll be moving on to the second case that we have. Do we have Mr. Nwachukwu Azubike Michael with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Mr. Michael. Yes, all right. Thank you so
Yeah, good
much
evening.
for joining in. Yes, good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining in. Please, we would just like to hear from you firstly, for you to just give us a summary of the issue that you're currently having, and then we'll try and see if we can have our professionals give advice to the current case that you are dealing with. So please, Mr. Michael, please go ahead and just give us a summary, a background summary of your case.
Okay, this is the case. The case is that I am the chairman of a non-profit organization, but during my training as a gender-based violence instructor, I happen to be engaged with some other ladies that we are doing this course together. They are Africans, but not all of them from Nigeria, from different parts of Africa. So at the end of our training, we decided that we'll make a project together, which we will now write a book, and this book will be used for promotion of African culture in your respective home. What experience do you share? All in the sum up of what experience we have within the COVID period. So then, especially, which again, to support the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, especially number 5. So then everybody will ask to, to write stories and will contribute, and then we'll bring the stories together. But we agreed on one thing. What we agreed is that the royalties we got from those books is what we use in supporting our different organizations in respect of our work. Since we're having donation from donors, but since there's this economic hardship, because that was after the COVID, that we don't even see if there is much donors and people are not working now, they should support their own cause before they talk about the public. So we decided to make this means in it so that if whatever we get from this book, then we can be able to use it when we share the royalties. Then we can be able to use it in our respective regions. But all of a sudden, because I myself, I happen to be only one man amidst about 16 ladies, So, but everything boiled down that at the end, they said, we are good. This is not what we said, but they started saying it. They said, we are going to do voting if we are going to share it among ourselves in the royalties, or are we going to call up one person, then we will not use the royalties and then try to do something. But this work that we're doing will be shown up to everybody, and we will now see, because we are talking about putting it up on Amazon for the sale of that book, so that we can see the visual dashboard and how much we sell and how many copies we have sold, and again, other things that, the Amazon is the one selling the book for us. But to my surprise, up till now, I've not even seen the dashboard talk more of knowing even one project we have done with this, whatever we have sold from that book till now. So I think this is something I cannot allow to go more. So I decided, since I have a pro bono clinic, that I will come up to at least say this to see what they can come up with. So if we are going to work about it, so we'll use it to correct things, because we know in Nigeria today things are bad, but we'll start from somewhere. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael, for sharing your case with us. So I just want to give the floor to our professionals. Do we have, based off of what Mr. Michael has said, do we have any contributions, anything that would like to advise, any way we would like to advise Mr. Michael? Please, you can just kindly indicate by the raise of hand, or you can just send a message in the chat box. So please, do we have anyone who would like to address Mr. Michael's case? All right, I can see Miss Chidera. Thank you. You can go ahead.
Okay, once again, this is Onyekachi. I want to start by asking questions. Is it possible the agreement you had at the beginning, ab initio, you guys put it down in writing? Did you sign as to what to use the proceed, how to sell it, on what platform to sell it? All those kind of questions. Was there an agreement there too? Or was it just verbal?
Yes. No. Look at, when we have an agreement ab initio, but all this agreement to be altered, because the ladies themselves at a time, all of them were like, no, this is what the publisher is doing, because the person who is putting it to be a guardian to making sure that we perfect the book was a lady. At a time, they come around, because they continue delaying. These guys are they are in United Arab Emirates, so they continue delaying. The company themselves will elapse like 2-3, which I have evidence of it. In our agreement, they say we're going to conclude this particular time, and at the time of conclusion, I will not see us concluding again. Then our contract has already, the timing which we already put in a contract has a success. They will not say, okay, let's continue and see this. Because I'm seeing that time that we're trying to see how we engage ourselves, because payment we are involved in the first place, up to $500, and which I paid because I said it's high. Then I should pay around, I think I pay around $300 or $350 then, So, but the only thing there is that at the long run, the ladies, all of them come together. We did a meeting. Aside from that, was somebody that brought, who is a Nigerian too, that live in the UX, and again, this person was attached with the SMOG of the United Nations. So, he's a popular figure, he's a known person, So I used the statue as the respect I have for the person. I said, okay, we should go on with whatever we're doing. The lady said they are not clear with that. I will have a external meeting to ask the company, what are you people doing? Please, can you put us through? At the time, the company was against me. So they put some spies. They say, I'm the one that is calling for this online meeting, which is evidence that all of us signed and agreed, and I have the signature of everybody to date. But the issue we agree is that we are going to take the hard copies and sell on our own. We have the right to print from our whatever home, which we agreed we will have to print from our countries. But we will have hard copies that we use to launch it that will go to us in our respective regions, which is what we did. And again, we agreed that on the Amazon dashboard, that it will be transparent to all of us who has been the engineer and stakeholders to this project, and I have the right of this book because we hold the book, we are holding the copyright this title, But all this while, I have not seen any dashboard. I have not even allowed access to to communicate what they are doing in that platform that all of us have used in that project. And nobody is coming forth. Only to me, I'm seeing happy birthday and all these things, and not the main project that we used to. So I just say, please, I should ask this question because I have some documents which have made whatever that we do as a contract valid. Hello?
Okay. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, all right. So I'll say, Miss Onyekachi, do you still want to add anything based off of the
Yeah.
added
So
information he has
based
given?
on what he has said, if I think I understand him, he's saying that there was a written contract and the terms were spelled out on how to sell the book, the platform on which to sell the book, and then how individually in their various zones or countries, they have the right to also produce the book and sell. So I don't know the extent of the breach of contracts now. If it's just limited to the aspect of the Amazon, or is he also denied the right to be able to produce the book? I don't know if he has seen or has access to maybe the blueprint or something like that, that you can use to also make his own copy and sell here in Nigeria. So I don't know if there's going to be more clarity to that aspect, so that in that respect, in that regard. So that's that for now. Then, but on the issue of if truly there's a breach of contracts, now the parties are not all in Nigeria; they are scattered all abroad, and then it's difficult when it comes to a civil suit to a jurisdiction that can hear the matter, because one thing is measure. If they are all in Nigeria, for instance, you say, okay, we go to courts. But if somebody is maybe the United Emirates, or another person is in America, which law court is going to bind everybody? You see? Because of the issue of sovereignty, it's not possible. So at best, what you can have is arbitration. However, for you to call for arbitration, in the term of the original contract, was there a clause to that effect that when parties disagree for one reason or the other, that their matter should be referred to arbitration? And if there was, what's based on those terms is the seat of arbitration, where are they supposed to sit, and all those kind of things, which law is supposed to be applicable? So this is a cross-boundary matter. So it's not just limited to, say, a jurisprudence in Nigeria. It goes way beyond. It's an international, the bridge that's cut across. So I don't know where this bridge is actually coming from. Is it that the book was uploaded, is denied access to see what is going on? Because I think there should be more investigation as to what really happened. Is it that some other set of people, maybe from those from a particular country, they have connived to pick him out of the ordeal? Maybe they are seeing the book from their own hand, they know what is going on, and he is locked out. So we really need more detail, or perhaps more investigation on the matter, and then the possibility of them doing arbitration, like ADR, to settle this. That will be my contribution for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma.
Hello. Thank you.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Michael.
Thank you for what you said. I'm listening to you, and like you said, I'm an international law student also. Issue of the jurisdiction, I understand what you're saying. And like I said earlier, we spelled it out in the terms and the condition of what we do. But the only mistake I can see now is that I do not myself engage in ensuring that the issue of everything that are technically playing out now were written down. But apart from that, we said we are going to be transparent in the dashboard, which is contained in the agreement, that we will see how many books have been sold, how much is being sold. So we are now looking at, because that is what is my intellectual property in the first place. And I am supposed to know where my property is going to in the first place. And even if I've agreed that this thing should be done this way, I should also have right to know if really it's been done that way or not. You see, if I can be able to see that dashboard, now I will know at least we have sold 1 million copies, and I will know how much that 1 million copies worth. And the project we have done with this, because we have them, the ladies, I'm the only woman there, and we're doing a gender something. And what we did there is that we now look at the project we do. Since we are doing voting, they voted. The ladies voted, but I'm only one person. When 16 person vote, you have no right. Is that one aside? But even at that, I followed it. In the course of that, this thing has been implemented, that they have done it through voting, become politics, it's work for them. But now, show me the work you people have done with the money you have sold from which I do not say give me this money, but show me a visible work you have done. Because I myself, I know my organization brought this money to pay, and we'll use it to do audit in every year. So now we are now a kind of somebody come to take money, that the money has not yielded everything, though we have right to produce in Nigeria. But what about the one that has already been there, which are what, because it's an online, which is the biggest online store in the world, if you can think about, it's Amazon I'm talking about, the book selling, the digital selling, this thing, the platform. So up till now, I've not seen how much they have sold. I have not seen how much the money in the organization. They say they were using it. So how do I go about it? That's what I'm saying.
Thank you very much, sir. I don't know if Dennis is still on the call, but I can see that Uzoma has, I don't know if it's his or her hand up. You can speak, and then Nifemi, if yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Just like the last speaker mentioned, the story, even though it makes sense, but there are still gaps to be filled to make anyone trying to give direction or instruction or suggestion to leverage on. For me, I still have the issue of who are they? Is there anybody? Is it a company? Is it a coalition? And if a book was written, are there contributors to that book which was written? Who spearheaded it? Which maybe from what you're saying, it appears to be you. But the other women, are they also contributors to the book that was published? And then when you sign contract, what does the contract say? Who are we? Who are they? So, because if it's a company or a coalition, then you know you're looking at a coalition. And if it's a coalition, are they registered or something? And the person you entered into contract with, is it capable of entering into contract? Are they capable of suing and also being sued? So I think these are my own concerns. When you say they, who are they? Is it a company that undertook it to say, okay, bring all this, I'll help to, from the contract you sign,
Okay.
we'll have to market it, and the dashboard,
Let
who
me
is in
explain.
control of the dashboard? Is it the company?
Let,
Is it the
let me explain
coalition?
here. No, let me explain here. Here, let me explain. All of us there contributed money to make sure that the book is produced. And we contributed according to how many copies you are to receive in the first launch, the original launch, before the right to share it, and then you can print from your own respective zone. But the one that was made for the launching, which was done by a company, a registered company, publishing company in UAE. with the account I used to pay the money that I paid and the agreement that was signed in the rest is a registered firm. But one of us who are consulting for the firm, like I said, she is the CEO of that firm. But in the Company Act, the law made it that in Section 42 that the company itself is a separate personality in the formation. So the woman become our member, but the company on its own can be sued, like you said before, and the company could possess a human character, sure. But in this form, please, what I'm trying to engage you or ask you in respect of all is that one, these people we agreed, this person is consulting for them, and I signed anything I made agreement for a company. This company is a company registered in the UAE. And this book I'm talking about now is a book that has all the IDs to identify a book that is being published and is online on Amazon now. It's on Google, on everywhere you can get it. And it's being sold on daily basis, but I am not accessible to see the dashboard. Or if somebody does go and open the dashboard, or if the person who is the uploader can be able to give me to access to, if there's a legal process we can take or institute an action where they can allow me to see that, and then I can come back to my group now and ask them. I have seen that this social amount has been raised from this platform. I'm not asking for this money, but I want to see the implementation because we agreed if the money comes in this dashboard, we are going to do it in this place. This organization will be the one doing some work for it and will be updated from time to time in regard of the work they did and of which this money are the money we're going to use it. I have not seen the money now. I have not even talked about whatever work that. I can't give account of that now. So since we are in intellectual property, and I think I could ask this question because I'm not familiar with all these positions, and I believe the people I see here are people who are knowledgeable enough to at least tell me what will I do.
All right. So when you signed the contract was between you and the company, or the contract was between the company and other contributors to the book, including you?
Yes, the issue is that we sign when the company will sign respectively. Each and every one of us who have paid money will sign with the company, but we all signed one agreement as co-authors of this particular book. And if you look at the book on Amazon, my face is there. All of us that did that production or that particular book and do the launching, our face is there on that particular book. So it's nothing. That's something that we will dispute if I'm included or not. It's something that even my face, that my picture that is there already, even is another thing because they are even at the same time selling my face. And selling my face means I should know how much is being raised from my face because I do social work and that's my passion. And I like, if I want to invest money, I invest money in human resources because I know that's the best. And if I could do it,
All right. Okay. So the last one I want to clarify is when you say that the display, the dashboard of data, kind of an analysis of how the book is going, how quick it's going, the number and all that, was you also included in that contract?
It is the
that
one
you are
that
going
contract
to be that you are going to be made known, or you're going
it is
to
one contract that
participate.
all of us sign.
Yeah, was it part of it? That particular issue you said you have access to.
No. See, this dashboard formally is something that me.
It's something that what? Hello? Hello? Hello, can someone still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Mr. Michael, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
yes, we can hear
I
you.
think, Mr. Michael, are you still with us? rejoin us soon. Mr. Michael. Oh, I think he has been logged out. So, but just rather than just waiting for Mr. Michael, right? I think we'll be going over to our third and final case for today. And then when Mr. Michael rejoins us, then we can have Mr. Nifemi's contribution, and also Ms. Uzoma can give further clarification to give further advice based off of what she's asking. So our third clients for today, Mr. Alvin Kingsley. Yes. Mr. Alvin, can you hear us? Are you being Kingsley? Okay. Since he's not here, so we'll just wait a few minutes for Mr.
Sorry,
Michael to join.
It was Mr. Alvin that spoke earlier, or Mr. Alexander.
Yes, hello.
There are two
Sorry,
people
I didn't
in the
hear
music industry. There are two people in the music industry for today, and their names are quite similar. So I think there's an Alvin and there's an Alexander. So I'm not sure of the person who spoke first.
I think it's Mr. Alexander that spoke first. So
Okay.
yeah, he was the one who went first. So we're waiting for Mr. Alvin, but he seems not to be on the call. But since he's not here, we'll just wait a bit for Mr. Michael. If he's unable to join us, I'm sure our contributions, we can just, or we'll find a way to get our contributions over to
Maybe we can still drop like our comments here, and then we just send him the link if he doesn't join, for him to just listen and get what he's able to get. So maybe the other hands that are lifted can just say like their comments, just in case he doesn't come back. So we can share the link with him later.
All right, thank you very much, Ma. Please, we can drop our comments in the chat box, and then we'll do well to share the link with him. Guys, if he's unable to join us, we'll just be giving that, I think, the next 2 to 3
minutes. Like to speak, like as in, like to talk about it, not like dropping it in the chat box, so that we can share YouTube link with him to just listen.
Oh, okay. So what Ms. Juliana is saying is, okay, please, we can still have the contribution of Mrs. Uzoma and Mr. Nifemi, and then the link will be sent to him so that in case if he's unable to join us, then he can always just go through the video and see what has been said. So I think Ms. Uzoma, you were the one asking the last question, so we'll just hand it over to you. Do you still have any perspective on the matter that he raised?
Okay, yes. Because I needed to find out that if it was stated in the contract that books sold on Amazon, the contributors will be part of the back end or whatever it is for them to view the statistics of what is going on in the distribution and buying of the product. Then it's obvious that the company should be written to, because they have breached that part of the contract that stated to. All right. So because if it's just maybe like a kind of an understanding that they are going to have, even though rightly should be so, but on the part of breach of agreement or breach of contract, is the terms of the contract that should be looked at. So that's why I wanted to specifically ask if that part of the deal that all the contributors will be able or will have access to viewing how well or how good the sale of the books is going on the website, then is actually a breach of contract. And I also wanted to know, why is it that other people are not also complaining? Because they are part of are co-contributors to the book. Because he's saying that people are just there sharing birthdays and nobody is complaining about it. So what is really going on? Is it that they are not bothered about it or something? So I needed to have that clarification. Is there something else that is going on? We don't know, because everybody should be concerned, because he is in constant communication with other co-contributors to that to the book. So that's just what I wanted to find out.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Uzoma, for your contribution. I'm sure maybe Mr. Michael will be able to rejoin us on a later note. So, Mr. Nifemi or Miss Nifemi, if I'm sorry if I'm confusing that, please, can we get your contribution as to regards Mr. Michael's case?
Okay, good evening. Yeah, okay. I think the necessary coding of the cost. What I was trying to do,
Sorry, we can't hear you clearly. Your voice, your audio is not very clear.
Okay, how about now? How about now?
Yes, much better.
All right, thank you. So I was saying that what I was planning, or my own suggestion for him is that okay, I think he's back. So my own suggestion for him is that should I wait for him to come back on? He's online now, if he can hear us.
I think you should go on. It's for him. Let's just go.
Okay. So I believe the whole issue is not yet clear, but we can make some assumption for what he has said. It is clear that there is a company, let me say a publishing company, that is handling the book. There are several authors on the book. So the way forward, on the assumption that those are the facts, and his issue is that he does not have access to the calculation or how much has been made from the book from Amazon. First is that it may not be possible for him to view the dashboard of the book because he's not the one that posted it. So that might have been why he's not able to access it. I'm not sure you can access the dashboard of the book you not post on the dashboard of Amazon. It will have been by the person that posted it on Amazon in the first instance. So the first thing is that who is the person? Is it the company that posted it on Amazon, or do you have an individual among them? That is one. Second thing is that I will advise if he can discuss with his fellow authors first. His concern, raise a concern with the fellow authors. Okay, I'm having this concern. How much has been made from the book we post on Amazon? How far is it going? If nobody has an idea about it, then regardless of the fact that the CEO of the publishing company is a member, that is not the problem. Let the old authors write a letter. If others also agreed on that, the old authors, every author jointly write a letter to the company asking for an account of the proceeds of the book on Amazon, if it is a company that is managing it on Amazon. If it's not the company, the individual that posted it there, ask the person the account of the proceeds from Amazon. It is something that can be printed out. This is what I've been told or what I've been sold. And then if the others are not willing to do that, you can, as an author, write the company officially as an author, as one of the authors, asking for the proceeds from the sale of the book on Amazon. So I believe I would assume it is the company that posted it. Then the advice would be write as an author of the book, or jointly as all the authors to the company, asking for the proceeds of the sale on Amazon. That would be my own suggestion. And regardless of what has been happening, hello?
Hello?
Yes, I'm with you.
I'm hearing you. Thank you. But I don't know if I could answer the question to answer to what you said now. The issue of if we are co-author together that will said such a thing will be, yes, we said that it is in the agreement that we will be transparent because everybody was afraid of the accounting, even the ladies, everybody. But the issue, remember I told you that all of them came together and said we're going to do by voting. I am the only man there. So one man has one vote and the ladies have like 16 or 15 votes. So you check it, it is something they are doing together. Understand? I'm just that I'm there because all of us trained together. but that does not mean that I know them ab initio. I know them because we want to do a good project. In a good faith, I followed them. That's it.
Yeah,
And
I think the
again,
question that he's trying to find out is who did the publishing on Amazon? Was it
uh,
a publishing company or was it an individual?
it's the publishing company that do the uploading
Okay,
of that. They discuss the contract with the Amazon. Understand me? So
okay.
I think they
So,
have that Amazon right.
okay,
But what
so
they said is that they will be transparent because they said,
yes.
let me come,
Yeah.
because they said we're supposed to be having meeting, and this meeting does a specified time for each of the meeting so that we can be able to at least be updated. But we have not had any of this meeting in our agreement till now, you know. So how then
Okay.
do we know? Like
If I
especially
might just
the
comment,
ladies can know by then.
no, if I might just comment, most times before a publishing company would go ahead to upload a book and all, they would most likely have signed an agreement with the authors of the book. So let us assume that they've already signed
Yes,
that. Usually they would
yes,
have
I
said
find it.
they would send you accounts, maybe quarterly, twice a year, or once a year. Then the publishing company will send an account,
Perfect,
send the breakdown of the account to that
perfect,
effect.
perfect.
Yes, but if there was no agreement to that effect, or probably there was, but you are not aware, then that's where this issue is coming. But I don't even think it's a serious issue. That book that you wrote with them, which has like a joint ownership, you already have copyrights to it. They too, they have copyrights to
Yes,
it. It has been
yes,
uploaded. So why don't you just write a simple letter attaching the copyright to that book, or like claiming that you are a joint author to the book? Write a letter to Amazon demanding that you have not received any form of details about it for the duration that it has been uploaded. Then you tell them that you are demanding that you want an account for this, or that the book be taken down. So you can first write to the publishing company clearly asking that this is the duration that it has been uploaded and that you have not gotten any record of it. Then you now state your claims. One, that they should give you access to what is happening. Number two, even if they will not give you access, then you want to get the account of sales yearly, quarterly, or twice a year. So you make your claims and then you send it to the publishing company and then you give them a duration to answer. If within that period they are not able to answer, then you take your complaint to Amazon, write to Amazon, and then put like the details of the book and everything that you've explained, and that you have written to the publisher, but publisher has not responded to you, and that you are a co-author. Then you now ask that they bring the book down, or they hold on to the book or something until this particular issue is clarified. Once you say that, Amazon will write to the publisher, and then the publisher will have to come out from their hiding and respond to you. So I don't think it's an issue so much.
okay, okay. Also, how do I get back to you in respect of if I have made this attempt now, like you advise, I can see it working. But if I have to do this and it does not work, how then do I engage you again or any of you to say, this thing you told me that is not working? Maybe can I have another approach apart from this?
There are still some hands that are raised, so I think they might also want to drop in more comments. But I'll say that at the end of this session, all the names and email addresses of those on the call will be sent. And so after you've done what you want to do, if you want to reach out to anyone that is on the call, you can reach out to them.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Sorry, I can see DK and Uzoma. Please, you can unmute and speak. Thank you. And I can also see Chidera. You can unmute and speak, please. Thank you.
Okay,
Hello, this
good
is
evening.
Oyekachi. It's okay, go ahead.
Okay,
ma.
sorry. Can I talk?
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
Mr. Chukwuemeka, go ahead.
Okay, yes, okay. Good evening, House. Good evening, Mr. Michael. I just have a question to ask. So I'm asking this. Can you see the book on Amazon, or you just can't see how much is being sold? Hello?
Mr. Michael, are you with us? Mr. Michael?
I think he maybe probably.
He said he
No,
can
I'm
see.
here. I'm here.
He said
Listening.
you can't see the account of. He said you can't see. Can you see the book on Amazon as it is? Like you can see the book on Amazon. You see it there clearly.
Yes, yes, yes. I can see it on Amazon on a daily basis. Yes.
Fine. I also just clarify that one because I was having in my head that you can't see the book on Amazon, just that you don't know how much is being sold. But it's fine. By what Mr. Juliana said, yes, I align with what she just said now. You can write to Amazon, write to the publishers, whoever is in charge to give you a breakdown of everything you need. Then from there you know what to do. I want to get that clear.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Chukwuemeka. Ms. Oyekachi, please, do you still have anything you would like to contribute?
Okay, thank you so much. I think Juniela wrapped up my thoughts. However, I want us to remember that when it comes to a compiled work, the right in a compilation belongs actually to the person who initiated it. That's on the one part. However, all the contributors, they have their own rights individually to the extent of their contribution. We've asked severally if in this contract, irrespective of we keep saying that they all agree to be transparent. If the transparency was not defined, there's an issue. If it was defined, it needs to come clear. And the extent of the definition should have been on Amazon platform, we all should be able to see the accounting system to say 1,000 copies of this book has been sold. However, I also like the fact that I said that pictures are all on the book being sold by Amazon. So there's some level of clarity as to who are the contributors, not necessarily as to who is the owner of the work. You mentioned that one of the contributors happens to be the CEO. I'm not sure if it's the publishing firm that published the work. I don't know if as a result of the compilation, can we say the publisher is the owner of the work? These are angles I also want us to reflect from. However, be that as it may, for Amazon, it's like an ISP, that's Internet Service Provider. Once you do a writing to them, once you write to Amazon to say, I have an interest in this book that is on sale on your platform. I'm one of the contributors and perhaps the initiator, because I think when you started off initially, you had mentioned perhaps, that if I heard right, that you initiated it, but every other person came together to say, oh, it's a nice project, we want to go on this with you. And then you all agreed. So I don't know to what extent that relates to what I'm saying right now. So on the part of Amazon, they would have no choice. Usually when people write to ISPs, they act fast so that at the end of the day, they are not joined as party to the infringement. So for now, we assume that Amazon is not aware of the issues you guys are having. And number two, you've made it sound like there's a conspiracy amongst all the other ladies. And then you being the man, they are leaving you out of the deal. So once you confirm that truly others have access to the accounting system, monies have been raised from this sale so far, they have been using them to vote for a particular project. All of these are evidence that you are being sidelined once you are sure and you have proof to this effect. So these are things to table out in your letter or your write-up to Amazon. Let them know that I have interest in this work. I'm equally a co-contributor and perhaps a co-owner. I don't know the terms of the agreement per se. And then because I'm not getting access, we agreed to get access. That is if it was mentioned. If you have a copy of your contract, please attach it. And highlight the parts that is of interest to you, such as we all agreed. Not just the transparency because it's not defined. If you keep transparency, it may not necessarily help at this point. Let Amazon be convinced enough that, okay, you have a case. Usually, they'll call the other parties to say, there's something going on. We need to take down this book. You guys need to solve your problems at home. Otherwise, we take down within a period of time. And if they're not able to convince Amazon that they have not breached the contract whatsoever, Amazon is likely not to bring it back up. But now that you said you are about 16, I'm not sure if that's the number, and you're the only person that is being pushed out, I also have an issue there. If every other person comes together, rise to Amazon to say, all of us are in cahoot, or we all agree for you to continue to sell, don't mind the other person, or he's not even a part of us, we might have a bigger issue there. So that's why I asked the question. In your contract, is there a place to state? Because usually in contracts, there must be a misunderstanding at some point. Is it stated in the contract that at the point of a misunderstanding, we will submit to arbitration? Because now it's a cross-boundary contract. Is it stated in your work? Because you may need to initiate one to compel these people to come to the table and be open in terms of transparency. That's when you now argue your transparency. Thank you.
We stated in our agreement that we stated in our agreement that we will transparent and accountability, but that the dashboard of sales should be relieved within the meeting that we say we'll be having interval. But none of this meeting has been conducted or scheduled up to this time now. And no other maybe form of evidence of what is happening on that Amazon dashboard is being presented. So when I started asking questions, the ladies there was like, Mike, we don't, in fact, we have noticed there's a problem, there's a kind of something that is going behind, we don't know, but we can't do anything. That's what they are saying. Most of the ladies that I have approached, those that have approached, So I'm surprised, I'm surprised the way these things are happening this way. And the why it's paining me is because, I'm sorry, please. Why it's paining me is because we said we're going to use this for humanitarian cause. If we have done it for business, maybe this thing is happening. I might say it's one of those things that maybe the other person thinks they're smarter than me. But these are for human cause. This is for a reason of helping fellow other person. And that's the nature of the work I do, At least if I have used this to at least go to, because me, I'm already, like I said, a chairman of organization. We have many projects, people who come who do not have school fees, other people that they need to go and see, like the elderly people that we always see at every weekly basis. This money could have contributed in whatever that we are doing. But now somebody is now trying to tell me he's doing that thing that I'm doing and not updating me on how he has done it. You see, so that is the essence of me asking questions. At least to know, not that they want to pay me or something like that, or if they have defaulted the law.
All right. This is Onyekachi. I like the fact that you mentioned that there are other people you've contacted. The line is no longer clear. So if you can hear me, yes. You said you've contacted a few other ladies and they confirmed they're not being carried along as well.
Yes, but they are declining. Now, before you take action, now somebody must say, I support. Somebody will say, I support. But there was a time we made meeting. That meeting, I was the one that called the meeting off from our general platform and tell them, I don't understand this. And all of them signed, we did something and we brought a kind of a communique, which is our general agreement on them. And all of us signed that thing. And we'll send it to the company. The company to come again to write what they wrote was in, trying to alter all those things that we have demanded to them. The ladies, all of them, they have come, even at the time of saying that we were going to do voting, all of them, they were just silent. So I was just looking at them. Maybe they have, follow, because there are ladies, now me, I'm only one person, a male person there. So maybe they would like to follow their agenda. And I would not tell them no. But we are
Okay.
doing something that is, something that is not gender biased. We don't say that we will do this no matter who you are and who is going to be the beneficiary of this our work, but we want to do it for the cause of humanity.
If I may, what I wanted to suggest from that angle is don't write alone. Get as many people that are with you on this. Evidence that you are all co-contributors. Put it together, even if it's 5, 6 of you, and then write to Amazon. So it will have more weight. As against it's just you writing. That was what the contribution I wanted to make when you said there are people you have also reached out to and they are claiming not to be carried along, so that you don't walk alone on this matter. Get. So that will be that from my end. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I don't know if Dennis is still with us. Okay. If he's not here, is there anyone that has any other thing to say before we wrap up for today?
Okay, I just wanted to also align myself with uh, the last speaker as regards to a contract, because it appears it's only one contract that was signed. It appears there's no contract between the co-authors and the initiator, because I do not really know how a publisher will include in his contract or in the contract other agreements that are supposed to bind co-contributors to a work as regards to issues of payments, where the money should be paid into, because I didn't hear about the bank or where it could be paid into. It's immaterial what the money is supposed to be used for. So whose account was this stated in that agreement that they have agreed to publish this book and have also agreed to put it up on Amazon to sell? So that proceeds from there should go to which bank actually and to who? And also the woman CEO who is the director or something in the company, is she also one of the co-contributors or co-author to the book? Because if we are looking at maybe people are trying to play games, it means that she's benefiting from what the company is actually doing. Is she part of it, or she just came in and she was ready to be the one to project the work in the
No, she's
international
part
stage?
of the. She is part of the company. She is the CEO of the company, but she
That's what I'm saying.
is a
Is she
contributor
part
to
of
a
the
co-author to that particular.
okay, co-author?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
she wrote on the book, so she has the chapter she wrote,
Okay,
because all of
so
us, after we have wrote different.
which account was agreed that the money will be paid into?
We
Because
said
I'm being
we said
careful I'm being careful so that you do not also breach the agreements of the contract you all signed. So you might have to go through it again, or maybe have a lawyer look at it for you, so that when you're writing, you are not actually breaching the covenants or rights as the contract stipulated. So you have to be very sure of that.
I know. Look at this now. Let me just say, look at this. During the time we are doing this, everybody contributed. Everybody bring your own stories, and it is being, bind together, do the printing by the publishing company. But it is the lady who claimed to be one of us and already contributed is the CEO of that particular company. But they said the company is doing on, but the director of the company and who happens to own the company, if I should say, who funded the company, is the woman. But there is this exceptional person who has been a figure, and I said I respect her, but she was the one in that book. She was put in that book, but she did no contribution. She's in Nigeria. They said they just to use her to promote the book. I said, okay. Now, the issue is that this is a woman who we have said will be updating us from the Amazon, which she has the right to the Amazon. She has not done this. Even the meeting we say we're going to be having at interval. These are something.
Sir, that means you're not aware of the account number that the proceeds from the book supposed to be
Of the book
sent to.
should be pointing to, and it should have been spelled out in that contract.
No,
You're right.
No, this is what we said. Listen to me. Let me explain. The contract is that in this interval of that meeting, we'll be getting information from the uploader. The uploader is Amazon. So the information we're getting is what we'll be discussing. At the end of the year, we are now going. Why I'm asking this question is that the year has come and has passed, and we do not have any meeting. And we're supposed to be seeing this on the dashboard so that we calculate how much is involved at the end of the month of the year, where the uploader will bring out the money. Yes, we will know. Yes, he has been paid 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. Within that interval, we'll be getting information, but there's no information at all.
Okay, sir. So it seems that the money or like the proceeds from the book is still with the publisher for now. So
that's what it appears.
Not indicates you people did not
uploader.
It's supposed to be sent
the uploader is Amazon. So Amazon pays they pay royalties, maybe depending on the agreement, because I'm not a party to the agreement I have with Amazon. Maybe 3 months, 6 months, 1 year.
Who are they paying the royalty to? The publisher.
It's supposed to be the publisher, yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So I think we've already flogged this issue a lot. Like, just get a letter, put a letter together, get as many people that agree with you to sign to the letter, and then write to Amazon. Since you've reached out to the publisher and the publisher has not responded to you, then just write with as many people as agree with you and then send it to Amazon. However, like the last speaker said, try and read through the agreement again, just to be sure of the things that were spelled out there, so that you don't like infringe on it or something. So I think that we've actually talked about this. Thank you everyone for joining us. I don't know if Dennis is still here, but we hold this once a month. So please, if you have people around you that need people to talk to them, please, you can send this flyer to them so that they can also sign up. And just for emphasis, this is not legal advice. We are just giving this as part of our CSR to the community. So thank you all for joining us, and we will be sending the details of the professionals that are here, so that if you want to reach out to anyone after this, you can do that. So with that, I wish everyone an amazing night's rest or afternoon, depending on where you are.
Thank you, Ms. Jordania.
Take care. Bye.
Please, can I point something out?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Please, this is not an advice for Mr. Michael now. It is for those who registered for the mentorship. I was notified by mail that I was going to be added to a WhatsApp group, but I still haven't been added. I don't know if I have to reach out to anyone to have that done.
Okay, sorry about that, sir. Maybe going into this week, might send the WhatsApp link. You can just click on it and join.
Oh, okay. Maybe if I still don't get any feedback by Tuesday, I'll send the mail again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. everyone. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you so much to all the professionals in the group and also those who were there. Thank you.